gotta care about shit. And sometimes it fucking kicks you in the dick and you hate it. I will say, though, if the Giants don't lose their game for the rest of this season or postseason, I think they win the Super Bowl.
Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are probably looking at this going, why did we waste millions of dollars sending something into space when we could have just got Harry Kane to kick the fucking thing?
The Dallas Cowboys can suck my fucking dick because they're not going to win shit this year.
You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Damn, Daniel.
And here we go.
And we are live.
We'll do it live.
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football balls for everyone. This is I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by a man who tries to audition for the next season of The Walking Dead. It's Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, man? Unfortunately, there are no more seasons of The Walking Dead, so wouldn't even matter if they did. Last of Us. Yeah, I don't know if that's what the zombies look like in that one, but yeah, I'd be down to roll for a role in that. Those are usually one-offs.
I know we touched on it last week with your little faux pas of falling on your face in front of several thousand people, I imagine, from the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
How pleased
promoting the boys.
How pleased were you when this photo came out? That's a very it's a good one. It's a good one.
Well, I mean, like, it made it seem like I got smoked, and I think when you look at the photo, obviously, I was not. Like, I wasn't that far back.
No, I mean, if that's what you're taking from that photo, I hats off to you.
Shows I got a lot of grit and determination right there.
Like, if you are listening to the audio version of this show, you have to watch just watch the first 2 minutes of the video version. Go to YouTube. It's an amazing photo. I don't think my words could do it justice. If you were single, I would be upset if that wasn't your Tinder profile picture.
Yeah, no, it'd be a pretty good one. I need to make it like a profile picture at some way. That'd be funny.
I know what's more like from your perspective, what would be more annoying is like the face that you're pulling, but the fact that you are behind the young lady in the race, and just look how casual she is.
An NCAA athlete, like an NCAA hurdler, so not just like a random chick.
So she's an athlete. She's
not
just like a talking head that they have at the games.
Right. She does a great job hosting, but she is also was an NCAA athlete. So I don't think she raced somebody this week and she fucking crushed them way worse than me. So I would say that, I looked better in the first run.
At the end of the season, are they going to have a power ranking?
I don't know, but right now I'd be one in who lost to Kennedy.
The first loser,
yeah,
is still a medal in some people's eyes,
right?
I guess. But yeah, how was did you go to? Because the Roughnecks were at home this past weekend, were they not? I know they won.
Yeah, no, they played Arlington, Dallas, basically, and they won. They won again, so undefeated all time, 7-0, 2-0 this season.
We never hate a Dallas team losing, no matter what
game
it is.
And we did not hate it, and it was pretty great.
I'm assuming you were there live cheering the boys on.
Yeah, I was. The last Roughnecks Renegades game I was at was when I put the curse on Kyler Murray and told him Daniel Jones was going to be a better quarterback, and that obviously came to fruition this season. So a little bit of an anniversary, a homecoming for me.
That's nice. Did you have a commemorative T-shirt made up for that?
No, I did not. I did not have a commemorative T-shirt made up at all.
No, never mind. Before we get in, just give a quick shout out to Alex. Oh, back in the live chat on the YouTube on the YouTube. I sound like my mother. And the YouTube. Appreciate you jumping by. If you are, again, listening to the audio version, feel free to join us every Tuesday live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central on YouTube and the Twitch machine. What have you been up to, Alex? What have you been up to before we get into this crazy week where we saw actually West Ham actually not only win a game, but score more goals than one, which is pretty sweet. What was, other than the Roughnecks, what did your weekend... What was the last 7 days on this revolving sphere that we call home been like?
I've done rodeo cook-off this weekend, which you probably don't know what that is. It's just where people there's a bunch of barbecue, and that's what we were doing for Friday and Saturday. So I drank a lot.
And then when was the Roughnecks?
Chill.
Was that Sunday?
The Roughnecks were Sunday, yeah.
So did you continue to drink a lot on Sunday?
Absolutely, I did. Yes.
Proud of you. So yeah, it's an interesting concept. So I'm familiar with what a rodeo is. I know what a cookout is. So
it's the rodeo cook-off. So it was just like championship barbecue.
Ooh.
All kinds of fancy teams. So like if you got tent passes to certain places, you could go and eat their barbecue, and it was awesome.
How many different barbecues did you taste?
3. It's pretty sweet over the 3 days, over the 2 days, really.
Oh, so it wasn't like you didn't. I'll have.
I had some. If you know somebody and they give you their tent, then like they give you passes to the tent, you can go and you get to eat when it's mealtime there.
And so it's not like there's like a bunch and you can just wander. You have to have like tickets to.
I mean, you can go and pay for food like outside of the tents, but all the tents, like if you get in, usually somebody will give you the pass, and then you don't have to pay for that stuff.
Was this a pleasure trip, or was this? I know you're drinking lots of very much pleasure, but was this like a radio event that you got free?
It was like a just fun thing. I have one of my friends that I watch West Ham with. He is the head of like one of the barbecue teams. So we went and we ate with him and like hung out with him on Saturday, and then Friday night went with some work people.
Nice.
That was pretty dope.
Ate and you were merry. That's good. Also, Alex said he saw a video of Alex heckling Dallas's sideline. I haven't seen this video. I need to look at this video.
Oh yeah, you do.
Was you using some colorful language, shall we say?
No, we were not. We were not because it's for the kids, you know. We're not gonna curse around children.
Did you say you good for nothing mother flippers?
None of that.
No.
All class here.
Well, mother flippers is pretty good. Melon farmers. Should call them that. Do you know the connection between what the reference is there?
Motherfucker.
Have I not told you this fantastic story?
I don't believe you have. No.
So I don't know if it's still the same now, but apparently in Canada, our hat, as we call in America. So rather than just censoring swear words, curse words in movies or bleeping them, if a movie airs early, what they will do is they will dub over said curse word, but they'll try to do it use words that look like the mouth. So it's like that bad lip reading. And so I was in Canada and I was watching Die Hard was on TV, and that famous scene when John McClane is like snooping around the corner and he has the walkie-talkie, and I almost died when John McClane, one of the toughest characters in movie history, says "Yippee-ki-yay, melon farmer," and went. So just
yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty wild.
Melon. That was the best they could come up with. Like, why would anyone call someone? I mean, I keep meaning to try to integrate that into my lexicon of language. I think it'd be fun.
I mean, it goes with it.
Strangers, melon farmers, because it's like it's confusing. So it's like, if anything, like if you're in a tough situation, you just yell, "You melon farmer!" Like they're going to stop. They're going to stop. They're going to be all confused. It's going to give you an extra couple of seconds to get away.
Yeah.
Top tip. Alex, I forgot how big the rodeo is until I see the horse trail every year. What is the horse trail?
People ride horses to the rodeo. It's weird.
Oh snap!
Yeah, like they like go down like those roads on like a group of horses and shit.
They go down the Old Town Road.
Yeah, they do. The Old Town Road.
And they ride till I get my barbecue.
Pretty much, yeah.
Canada is weird. They have milk in bags. Fun fact I learned from Waffle Box. Yes. Apparently Chris told me that. Apparently they sell milk in bags, and then like you take it home and then you put it in like a plastic container to pour it. So it's like refillable milk jugs. It's really weird.
That is kind of weird.
Because I just feel like if you're carrying a bag of milk, it's just going to be all like, it's just going to be sloppy. You're going to look like a fool.
But I would always say, at least.
Anyway, that's good stuff. Let's dive into some sports since we talk about the Giants and West Ham. Obviously, off season, so it's a little bit slow. But I guess we should say a couple of words to our departing friend, shall we say? Kenny Golladay is being released from his contract. So I was confused because for some reason I thought, did we sign him on a 3-year contract? I thought we signed him on a 2-year contract. I thought he was just out of contract.
No. I think it might have been 4, but I don't even know. But yeah, he's gone. We're gonna cut him, save like $6 million on that, and so that should help us out at least a little bit, I would imagine. I don't know, like him making that block. I said like he's good in my books now because that was pretty sick, and that's probably one of the reasons we beat the Vikings. So I'm gonna let him just go out into the sunset and just be like, all right, thanks, Kenny.
Yeah,
which did, but the one touchdown.
We mentioned it on
3
the
seasons or whatever,
where we spoke of that game. But I will credit where credit is due. He wasn't. I'm not going to say he isn't very good, but he wasn't very good for us when he played. Let's just say that. But the fact that he was like pretty much benched the entire season, other than maybe 1 or 2 plays, the fact that he was still giving it his all the way to the end of the season, hats off to him. You'll hear many stories where people throw their toys out the pram and like, man, they're not going to play me. I'm not going to play. But obviously he was probably playing for his next contract. He's trying to show that he's still a good player. But shout out to him. So I'm not gonna disparage his name. But yeah, Kenny Golladay gone. Breaking news: the Giants are interested in David Carr after the Raiders just released him. That is not true.
Derek Carr.
Speaking of though, other quarterbacks, I did hear one of the talking heads on Fox Sports 1, Craig Cotton. Was it Craig Cotton that said this? Yeah, I think it was. Where he suggested what the Giants should do. Now, obviously, you have to take everything these people say with a grain of salt, because obviously what they're doing is a lot of the times they'll say something just so it'll get clipped. And so they'll put it on social media and people go, "Whoa, I can't believe you said that." And it just gets lots of interactions and it's promotion. So grain of salt. But he had 2 things. One, he thought Giants should go for Lamar Jackson from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not necessarily. He's not very. He played 9 games last year. Not great, but he suggested that we should either trade them Daniel Jones and a 1st-round pick for Lamar Jackson. I'm not liking that because since we need more than just a quarterback, there's no point to giving away a 1st-round pick.
Right.
And then he said, if you don't give away picks, how about grouping together Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I don't think Lamar Jackson's it, man. We acquired all the picks. We acquired all these picks to build the team using that, and I don't think that Dable and Shane are just going to all of a sudden go and start just throwing away these picks.
No. And again, I'm not disparaging. I love that. That's my word of the day. Disparage Lamar Jackson on his day when he plays. Very good quarterback. But you can't trust him in that to stay healthy. That'd be madness. Adam Schefter said Giants could sign Wentz.
Did not say that.
I don't trust anything this man says, even though thank you very much for joining us. Carson Wentz. Do you know what he should do? Because I think if he wants to stay in the NFL, he's going to be a journeyman. He's going to be like backup quarterback here and then for 1 year, and then maybe he'll get released and go somewhere. He should go to the XFL. He would be definitely a starter.
He makes too much. He makes too much money as a backup quarterback, though. Wentz will get signed for a backup deal. Like AJ McCarron took less money to go play in the XFL, but like Wentz he's too good to be an XFL quarterback.
Who was so apparently in 2022, this is according to Spotrac.com. I don't know how reliable this website is, but it was the first one that came up on Google. He got 27 million last year from the Washington Commandos.
Yeah, so they're not going to do that in the XFL.
No, but who was I can't remember his name. I wish that would be good for the bit. But there is a quarterback in the XFL.
AJ McCarron.
Is that the guy that took the pay cut to be the starter?
Yeah.
So because he wanted his kids to see him play.
Mm-hmm.
What a guy.
He was a backup for the Texans for a little bit.
What a guy. Because I'm pretty sure, XFL salaries, what are they getting? Probably not much.
Not anywhere near an NFL salary.
The minimum salary for NFL players in the XFL. No, wait. So when the XFL signs some players up to $500,000. Ooh. Yeah, okay, definitely. Carson Wentz is definitely not going to take that kind of pay cut. Forget that I said that. Other Giants news, obviously, draft day is fast approaching, not fast enough, quite frankly. But I saw one, this is from Sports Illustrated, and they're saying for a wide receiver, we should sign from Boston College. Is that a good? I don't know. I've never even heard Boston. I don't know. Boston College is Boston College. Is that a school? Are they good? I don't know.
Yeah, it is a school. I mean, they can have good players. It doesn't mean the team's good.
Okay, because this wide receiver, Zay Flowers.
He's a big name coming into the draft. Him and the TCU guy and the USC guy are kind of who everybody's looking at. And then Ohio State has somebody in there.
So Zay Flowers is good.
I have to see he's a popular name that the Giants are linked to if they take a receiver in the first round. I think they're going to take whatever's best available to address their needs. Joe Shane kind of talked about what they were looking for. And he said they're going to franchise tag Daniel Jones. So anybody's saying like, we're going to go out and get a quarterback, like that's not going to happen. He said, we'll franchise Daniel if we can't get a deal. And then he hopes they can do Saquon. I kind of assume that Saquon's probably not going back at this point. And if Saquon does, if somehow we can get Bijan Robinson from UT as a running back going forward, I think he has a lot of Saquon-like qualities and would be a solid pick. I think he's probably going to go before that. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're just going to take what's best available to fit the needs that we have. I don't think we're not gonna reach to get a receiver just because we need a receiver right now. We'll address the position obviously with somebody we're to draft, but I don't think that we're gonna have to like trade up a bunch in the first round to try and go after a receiver. They'll come to us. We won't go to them.
And again, mock drafts are only there to be mocked, but the couple I perused don't have a wide receiver going until it's our turn. So I think we'll be good. But Zay Flower, I like the name. I don't know anything. I've said this, but I don't know anything about college football. But Zay Flowers, I do like the sound of that. Daniel Jones to Zay Flowers. Oh, it's got magic in the air. This could be a good t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, just want to give. I don't know if you're doing the same for your other podcast, Pass the Gravy. Check those out at Pass the Gravy Pod on social media networks. I'm going to be sourcing a new merchandise store because Teespring suck. They are horrible. I recently, so I ordered for Christmas a couple pairs of waffle box socks as a kind of like a joke gift, little stocking stuffer kind of thing. I ordered them on December 3rd. A couple of days ago, I finally got an email saying, "Oh, they're out of stock. Do you want a refund?" Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're not great.
So yeah, do not go to merch.cbbpod.com and buy anything just yet, because you'll be waiting probably about 4 months for your t-shirt.
PastGreatMerch.com, you can get Darling Like a Marlin 3 shirts, though. You may not get them in time for the beer release, but you can get the shirt in the next 6 years, maybe.
Are you gonna stick it out? You're gonna write it out with
for this shirt at least.
When is the beer launch?
March 18th.
March 18th at I was about to say
Southern Star Brewing Company.
Southern Star. I was about to say Elementary. That's my local brewery. So if you are in the Houston area, even though that's not technically in Houston, right?
It's in Conroe, but yeah, it's Houston adjacent.
Head over to there. Tries Pastor Gravy's third beer. Oh, 3 beers. Are they like once they're gone, they're gone? Are you like they gonna bring back? They can't remember the recipe. They're not gonna bring.
They're like experimental brews, kind of, and they tried something different with the sours. They did a blackberry sour for the first run. Then for Darling Like a Marlin 2 Electric Boogaloo, they did a mango sour. And this one, they're doing an IPA. It's Darling Like a Marlin 3 Return of the Marlin.
Is it going to be purely kegs only, or are they going to do a limited run?
We'll see with that so far. Right now, I feel like it will definitely be available at the brewery. You get growlers and crowlers of it, but it'll probably be brewery only, I would imagine.
All right, because I'm a big IPA guy, so if they do end up putting in the cans, I swear to, if you don't get me some of this.
I don't know how well IPAs travel, though, but I will try to send you a can at least.
Oh no, because what's the life cycle on it? It's gonna. Can you just like bring me a 4-pack when you come up here next?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Or if I come to you beforehand, I don't know.
That too, yeah.
Just if they have cans, just tuck away a 4-pack or something.
All right. I can do that.
All right, there's nothing else really of note to talk about New York Giants, really, is there? Nothing really, so we switch things up to talk about West Ham. But before we change subject, as always, we have to lighten things up with this week's joke of the day.
Yeah.
The joke of the day.
So this week, Alex, what I was going to do, rather than, search the internet and find a joke that's cheesy and whatever, I thought, since this is episode 98, we're so close to the Centurion episode, I thought, I'll make a special effort. I am going to try to come up with my own joke, unique joke, copyright Mike Fish 2023. Right? So I've been sitting here all day with my notepad, just trying to come up with some ideas. And the best thing I could come up with, I thought, what would be really fun? A joke about yoga. But you know what? The getting to the punchline was a bit of a stretch.
The joke of the day.
Took all that time to come up with that, huh?
Stretching. Get it? Yoga. Stretch. Alex, I thought Mike was coming to Houston for the beer release.
Yeah, Mike, why aren't you coming to Houston for the beer release?
If the Gravy Gang wants, put some money in a pot together, to purchase my flights. I'm not expecting it. I'm just pointing it out there.
Just rent a car, dude.
For that 24-hour journey.
It's not a bad drive.
It is, because then...
It's not that bad. Just fly like Charlotte and then drive from there. That's like nothing. Be here in no time.
Maybe. Maybe. West Ham.
Hammer time.
Whew. West Ham, Nottingham Forest, or Nottingham Forest.
I see what you did there.
We actually won the Jesse Lingard trophy by destroying Nottingham Forest 4-0 or 4-0, as my British
4-0,
like
yeah.
What did you think? So on paper, if you just look at it, oh my God, West Ham 4, Nottingham Forest 0. Wow, that's domination. But all the goals came in the last 19 minutes of the game.
I mean, the second half. So, yeah, I mean, like, we didn't really play great in the first half. We had opportunities, we just couldn't quite make anything happen until really the second half, and it was like the second half of the second half. And I mean, Danny Ings showed why we traded for him, because that first goal he had where he kind of like he had to stop running, he overran the ball and had to like stop and just drag his foot back to like ricochet it off. That was like Antonio runs past that. Antonio's in the back of the net running. Antonio doesn't do that shit. It was kind of nice to like see like a striker do striker type things. And hey, if we address our striker issue and Danny Ings can stay healthy, yeah, all right. I think we're in a lot better shape. It just was like we had a bunch of opportunities. We were just hesitant, and I don't know what we've been doing all season, where we just kind of hesitate when we have chances to make stuff happen. And then you saw Declan not hesitate for a second on that goal, and that goes right in. Like not hesitating like that, like just making a move, trying to make a play. That's what Ings did on both those goals. That second goal, he kind of like lays back into it. It was a great pass, and yeah, I mean, Ings had his first two goals as a Hammer within 3 minutes of each other, which is pretty awesome. And Antonio finally gets one later in just some garbage time, but we turned it on at the end. We knew we had to get that win, and that was a solid 3 points. And I'm not going to bitch about too much. I mean, we stopped them defensively when we had to. If the offense could just be a little bit more aggressive, I feel like we could hang with some of these different teams. I feel like against the better teams, we try and wait for them to make a mistake way too much, where it's like you need to kind of press sometimes. Not all the time, but you need to make plays, and they were doing that when they needed to last weekend.
Yeah, we do rely too much on the counter attack, which I get against like teams like Manchester City and whatever, but we've been doing it against like Everton and shit like that. So,
right. There's nothing worse than when you see like, oh, this is how we're gonna play today. Cool. Like Newcastle, that was kind of how we played, and that was really frustrating.
But credit where credit's due. He got brought in the right people at the right time, the right people at the right time. How good did that look? Was it Fornals and Antonio getting brought in at the same time, and then Fornals, boom, assist, Antonio goal. Yeah, I know we've been around this a few times, but he's like very up and down, up and down, up and down. Do we hope that this is like, all right, Antonio's back now. Okay, he scored a goal. He's got that monkey off his back. Or am I thinking too highly on this?
I think that, I mean, that was kind of a garbage time goal again, so I don't want to take too much away from that, but I think that was definitely a step in the right direction. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna try and I'm just gonna be like that was a goal. Keep doing it, and then we'll see.
Does take us 2 whole points above the relegation zone.
We're not gonna get relegated realistically, but we've just been playing like shit. I obviously am, but
only 14 games to go.
The talent we have on our team is like way better than what the teams at the bottom have. So theoretically, we should be able to get out of that. We're gonna have to see how we do like a balancing act. I know we got the FA Cup coming up. this week. Then we got is it Brighton? Yeah.
So we have Manchester United tomorrow in the FA Cup. Which who knows how that goes, because it's not early in the cup, so Man United aren't going to rest too many people, but it's also not super late in the cup. So if we go full strength and they kind of rest a few, maybe we might get a come on from that. Then Brighton next Saturday, and then the big one. I mean, we'll go into it more next week when it'd be like the preview for it, but you know, I was really hoping that we could, like I said, mug off the other cups. Let's try to survive the Premier League and win the Europa Conference League. So at least if we scrape and survive, we might have Europa League football next year, which is pretty sweet. And then we get drawn against the worst nightmare, the boogeyman of the Europa Conference League, AEK Larnaca.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, AEK Larnaca FC is a Cypriot professional football club based in Larnaca. The club was formed in 1994 after merger between Wikipedia. I have no idea who the fuck these are.
And Larnaca is obviously in
Cyprus. Which sounds
its own
nice.
country.
It sounds warm. Where is Cyprus?
Cyprus is a little island.
Ooh, it sounds Greek.
Off the Mediterranean, the Anatolian Peninsula.
Oh, it's off the coast of Turkey and Syria.
Ooh.
And Lebanon. Ooh.
Ooh, wow.
That'd be a nice trip.
It Armenian is a minority language there. Their official languages are Greek and Turkish. They also have Cypriotic, Arabic, and I already said Armenian. The capital is Nicosia, not Larnaca. Let's go see what the biggest cities are, huh? We can find that out quickly. Don't worry. You guys want to know all you need to know about Cyprus? You came to the right place.
Currency is the euro. They use the euro. That's good.
Okay. Good. Still looking for cities. Sports. Yeah, don't really know too much. The Cyprus Football Association found that.
How many teams do they have in this? It's a tiny little island.
Well, it's got, doesn't say how many teams. Not gonna look it all up, but whatever. Seems like it's pretty chill.
Whoa,
pretty chill country.
So there's 14 teams in the first division, 16 in the second division, so that's 30. And then 16 in the third division, so that's 46. And then 14 teams in the elite division, which is weird why that's like really low down. But so that's, and then that goes down to the region. Like, there's so many teams in this tiny little island. Quite
the club was formed in 1994. So we should definitely be better than them, right?
You'd hope to think so. I mean, they're second in the league right now, if that means anything. But they are coming off of two big losses against Apollon and AEL.
Their mascot, they're the Guardians. It makes sense with their crest, but the Guardians in the XFL are garbage, so maybe they're garbage.
Yep, because stupid Guardians left New Jersey to go to Orlando. Dumbasses. Why would you ever do that? But yeah, so I mean, we'll that's a little bit of a teaser for you, dear viewer or listener, about
first Cypriot team to make it to the Conference League round of 32 ever.
Wow, good for them.
The fact right there.
I mean, they should be just proud of that and just give up.
Yeah, they should.
Also, this is one of those teams where you're like, we're going to beat them 12-0, and then we struggle.
Don't
In a
talk
way,
about things like that. That's not. Don't do that.
No, we are going to be celebrating, but after that we'll be celebrating because it'll be our 100th episode, which is awesome.
Right.
So don't fuck that up for us, West Ham. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But yeah, what are your thoughts about FA Cup against Man United? FA Cup games are always a crapshoot. Like, you have no idea who turns up, literally and figuratively. Do you want us to win? Do you want us to go further in this, or do you think, fuck it, we'll just leave and then
what round is it?
This is round 5. So this is the last 16. So after this will be round 6, semi-final. So this is including this 4 more wins to win the FA Cup.
Do we think we're going to win the FA Cup? No, I don't think we will win the FA Cup. So let's fucking bow out of this one, man. We got Conference League coming up. We got League coming up, and those are the 2 most important things we should be focused on. Especially where we are in the league right now, we can't really afford to like try and go all in on an FA Cup or anything like that. Let's just go all in on the Conference League, win that, get back into Europa next year, and maybe keep some guys because we got to be winning. We got to be beating Brighton. We got to be beating Lagana or Liana. Man United. Like, yeah, if we can start the B squad and get a win against them, that's cool. But I don't want us risking like Declan Rice getting out there getting hurt and shit. In an FA Cup game.
Just use the youth team bucket.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Also, shout out to Adrian Valdez, who said he'll donate 69 cents to my trip to Houston.
Nice. There we go. To start.
All right, that's Penta L0, AEW professional wrestler. I don't know if is that him with the mask? Oh, I'm assuming not. Who's the young lady with the wrestler? Why is Adrian? Where's your picture? Why are you doing that? What's your thoughts on that?
And I don't know. I can't really see it.
It's a wrestler.
Yeah, it's a mask maybe, and his wife.
It's a luchador. What are your thoughts on this? What's your opinion on people that have profile pictures of not them? I think it should be banned. I think Elon Musk should step it up. This is a
more
real
bans?
Thing. More bans. But I'm a dog person. I love dogs, but I don't want to see your dog, and you are not your dog.
I think it shows like the age of the person sometimes. Pentagon is looking.
I mean, and he's wearing a mask, so that's saying something. Jesus, give yourself some credit. I'm sure you're not that bad. Yeah. Slow news week. I think that's
slow news week.
I guess we'll have more because next week we'll have 2 games to look back on, and who knows, and some giant stuff, I'm sure. But never fear, even though we're sort of a little bit off season now, so we're getting a little bit shorter. We're kind of worrying our way down. Still got Past the Gravy Mothbox to look forward to in your podcast machines tomorrow. Past the Gravy episode 504.
503.
503 tomorrow. What are the good folks of the Gravy Gang got to look forward to?
I've got another get rich scheme that I feel like it's gonna maybe get us rich, and then we're gonna power rank Canadians suggested by Alex O. We're gonna do another mock draft, and yeah, we're gonna tell you what's cool and not cool this week. What about Waffle Box? What do we got going on there?
Well, this week Elmo hit the news, getting arrested not only in New York but San Francisco for being a filthy anti-Semite. I don't think it was the real Elmo. It might have been someone wearing a mask, but it's a pretty interesting goddamn story. And it also includes another alter ego called the Cambodian Rape Camp Man. It's a wild story. We'll get into that in Waffle Box. Also, the crazy things this lady will do to get a complimentary beverage on her flight, which ended up getting arrested. Plus, Cocaine Bear. We're talking about Cocaine Bear. Wants to know about Cocaine Bear, that new movie, and obviously Feel Good Story and all that good stuff. So check those out. Make sure you subscribe. Go to @PastTheGravyPod on Twitter, at WaffleboxPod on Instagram and Twitter. As always, you know the drill. Listen to Wafflebox in the morning, early afternoon, and then enjoy. Sit down and relax at the end of the workday and listen to Past the Gravy. You know, it makes sense. Make sure you follow us, though, also at CBPod on all the socials. Don't go to merch.cbbpod.com right now because you won't be waiting 5 years for a t-shirt. However, apparently Alex is happy for you to go to pastgravymerch.com.
Maybe. Let's go there. Try that.
But yeah, hopefully by next week we'll have a new store up because, yes, I've had a couple of people reach out to me and I'm like, I don't run it. I just put the stuff up there. So I apologize.
I just do my thing, and then that's their problem. They're ruining it, not me.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly why we can't.
Alex, I just remembered, Alex, I'm going to DM you some ideas for PTG mock drafts. Boom. Got that to look
Nice.
forward to. And hey, Mike, you should talk about Alex's world record on Wafflebox. Oh, is this have you officially been given the world record?
No, I have not because they're fucking haters, dude. Fucking haters.
Why wouldn't they just? Do you have the receipts?
I mean, look at my posts. Look at the
something.
posts. Hashtag Ripkin and Crawfish. Go look at the dates.
And I'm assuming, do you use your credit card or something like that to pay for these?
Oh yeah, I do, buddy.
There you go. You got
oh yeah, I do.
Guinness. No, the problem is with Guinness World Records, which they
don't care.
I'm doing this segment on Wafflebox for so long now. See, they're a scam. They're a scam. For you to get, they say they want to put out, we want to have all the world record holders in one book or one website. However, if you want to get your world record adjudicated, you have to pay them to send a judge out to your location, and then we're talking about flights, accommodation, everything. Like, it's a racket.
So in theory, I would have to pay them every week to be here and basically let somebody live here.
You have to invite them.
Make a Wafflebox world record book and put me in it. Guinness is old news.
Yeah, I don't actually know the connection between Guinness and I don't know if it was I'm assuming it's not a title sponsor. I'm sure it originally had something to do with the brewery, but who cares? They're a scam, and I just make fun of them every week. So, and the people that do them. Yes, Wafflebox Pod, Past the Gravy Pod. Check those out. Until next week, don't forget.
Seahorses forever.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown. Can't hear shit. Never mind.